when I was first watching Cheers on Thursday nights on NBC, I was like, I want to be the guy who writes the lines for Norm. Like I didn't realize like the one writer writes the entire script. I just thought like maybe there was a writer who writes Norm's lines, and there's a different writer who does Diane. Or like I had
awesome.
no clue. And so that was my goal. And after college, I graduated college. Like 2 weeks later, I got my wisdom teeth pulled because I still had insurance. And then I got in my car and I drove from New York all the way to LA. Didn't really know where I was going to stay. And then I found a roommate, and that's kind of how I broke into the business. Just kind of like hustling and begging and setting up.
So let me ask, you come from an economically wealthy background.
Yeah, and you are impoverished. You grew up on the other side of the spectrum.
Yeah, I grew up, food stamps, Social Security, welfare, did the foster home thing as a kid for a while. I was definitely on the other side. But it's interesting because since I was 18 years old, I've really focused on personal development, what people might have called self-help. Mm-hmm. And there are a lot of excuses that people will come up with about what it takes to break in.
Yeah.
And I think this is one of those, which is you have to be wealthy to break in. But I know plenty of writers who did not come from a wealthy background.
Yeah. I mean, it was like I didn't have to worry, I just didn't have to worry about certain things. But when I got out here, I got a job. Like, it wasn't like I was getting checks every day from my parents.
You were scooping ice cream.
I was working at Humphrey Yogurt in, it's a yogurt store. And so I did that. And then, then I finally got PA jobs. My first PA job, I think I was making $300 a week. And
I'm making a little bit more than that in 2020.
Yeah, right.
2021.
And I mean, it's interesting. So it's like people say, well, at least back then, and it's true, in Los Angeles, when I was making, when I moved up to PA where I was making maybe $400 a week, and $400 a week allowed me to get a studio apartment where I could live by myself for, because it wasn't that expensive. My rent was maybe $600 a month. And now in LA, you can't get anything near that. So you have to get roommates, right? So
yeah, I had 5 roommates at one point in the house. I still live in the same house. I'm married now with a kid, and I had to build a bunch of businesses to establish myself. This was all part of a freaking 10-year plan to make it to LA and be able to do this. And so I get like there are economical difficulties that hold you back, but there are ways to make it happen.
Yeah.
So I have extra income that comes in from businesses that I own, but I also have PA money that comes in to help me out. Right. And I can live in LA on PA salary. I have proven that. We had 5 roommates in a 4-bedroom, 3-bath house out in the middle of the valley.
Right.
And my rent was like $650.
Right.
Split.
So yeah, it can be done. I mean, I get it was easier for me back then, but on some ways it was more difficult because there was no, this is 1992, there was no internet. And I couldn't even, the idea of becoming a television writer was like, well, I didn't know any TV writers. I didn't know anyone who was. Now you can go on the internet, you can get there were no podcasts. All I knew was if I wanted to work in Hollywood, I better be in Hollywood and then I'll figure it out.